of the messengers and the best of the reciters and all of that, don't be surprised that he enjoys listening to it from someone else. Those of you who are involved in the Quran, maybe imams or something similar to that, where they're constantly leading people in the prayer, you have no idea how much it is enjoyable to not lead and listen to someone else reciting good. Because sometimes when you get involved in things, you forget about yourself until you hear from someone else. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ one time asked Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anh to recite on him some of the Quran. And he told him, he said, recite it on you and it is revealed upon you? Strange, it's like, you're supposed to be recited it, not me recited on you. He said, I like to hear it from others. I like to hear from others different than me. So he passed by the house of Abu Musa al-Ash'ari radiallahu anh, and he was reciting the Quran. Now this is Qiyamul Layl, more than likely, because it is at night, and the people who memorize the Quran, this is how you preserve the Quran, is by Qiyamul Layl. Qiyamul Layl is what really makes you keep the Quran and properly continue to recite it and enjoy it. So he was reciting the Quran, and as usual, the focus is not on how many verses or how many pages you recite, it is how good you recite and how much it touches your heart. That's the focus. You can do Qiyam al-Layl. Imagine Prophet Muhammad ﷺ did all Qiyam al-Layl with one ayah. One ayah. إِن تُعَذِّبْهُمْ فَإِنَّهُمْ عِبَادُكَ وَإِن تَغْفِرْ لَهُمْ فَإِنَّكَ أَنْتَ الْعَزِيزُ الْحَكِيمُ. Praying and crying, one ayah. Oh Allah, if you punish them, they're your slaves. They're weak. You're in control of them. You can do anything you want with them. This is a sympathetic way of saying, oh Allah, forgive them. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded us to forgive when we have the power, when we have the upper hand, when we can really punish. That's the forgiveness that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to forgive. So he's saying, oh Allah, they're slaves to you. Naturally, you have the power and the control over them. They disobeyed you. They deserve a punishment. You commanded us to forgive. You are the best and the biggest forgiver. Your name is the forgiver. Forgive them. Look how nice. And Isa alayhi salam is the one who said that to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked him, did you command people to worship you and your mother instead of me? After he gave the explanation, Isa alayhi salam, and basically told Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what I told him is to worship you and you only, my Lord and their Lord. And I left him like that. And you are the witness. If I said otherwise, you know it. You know what I think, not what I say, but also what I think, because you know everything. Then after that he said what he said, because he knew that they are the one who changed, and they are the one who worshipped him without commanding him. You see, some people say that when you talk about anything worshipped besides Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is taghut. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us in the Quran, وَلَقَدْ بَعَثْنَا فِي كُلِّ أُمَّةٍ رَسُولًا أَنِ